Bro, it's just like the people that never have a charger. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? At what point are you just gonna get your own charger? Like, that frustrates me to no end. People that constantly need the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, at what point are you gonna just fucking be self-sufficient and have your own shit? You know, you're constantly relying on other people, and not that you can't, like, it's okay to rely on other people, but when you're relying on people for the same thing over and over again, you know, it might be time for you to get that thing that you need. And, you know, like a charger is fucking not that expensive. People use the I don't have money excuse for way too much shit. I've been broke as a joke. My bank account's been negative plenty of times. I used to get gas when I was broke as a joke. As long as you had $1, this was years ago, but as long as I had at least $1 in my account and I needed gas, I would run my card at the bar or whatever, but then I would just charge credit on my debit card, right? And it would just do a $1 hold. Well, it would allow me to fill up as much gas as I needed, and then I would get hit with the charge later on, and my bank account would go negative. But hey, I got my gas. I'm not saying you should do that, but all I'm illustrating is that I fucking been there. But some things, like, dude, cut your spending, find a way, eat in, stop Uber Eating, stop fucking getting all the unnecessary bullshit that you don't need. Like, you're lying to yourself if you're like, oh, I need all of these things. You don't. You just don't want to give up all of these things. And that's okay. That's okay to, like, fucking not want to give those things up. But then don't complain about having the same problem, and don't make your problem somebody else's problem because you're failing to do the things necessary in order to get yourself out of that situation, or, you know, yeah, basically that, to get yourself out of that situation. Be self-sufficient. The more self-sufficient you are, dude, there's a confidence that you get when you're like, man, I could change a tire, or I can fucking jumpstart a car, or I can do whatever. I can cook, you know. And I was just talking about cooking when it came to, you know, finding a suitable lady friend. But what it is self-sufficient. Like, I love girls that are self-sufficient, that don't need a man. You don't want someone that needs a man. When someone needs a man, they could be with you because they like you, but it's more like any port in a storm. You know, they just want somebody that's gonna take care of them and do everything for them. I cannot stand that shit. I can't. And guess there's girls out there that are more self-sufficient, that are able to do things for themselves. And you know what? I found that they turn out to be much better dates or romantic partners than the ones that constantly need you for something. And I know men like to feel needed to a degree, but when it's like, yo, fucking everything, like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know, it's handout after handout. It makes it to, I have no respect for that. And if I have no respect for that kind of behavior, it's hard for me to, who would want to put a ring on that? And girls feel the same way. They may or may not admit it or, like, say it the same way I am, but they want a dude that's self-sufficient. They don't want to be a mom. They don't want to have a guy that, you know, needs everything to be done for them. Like, the stereotypical, like, cook, cleaning, laundry, whatnot. Like, dude, you can do your own shit. Take care of your own shit. If they want to do it because they care and they're like, man, no, it's okay. Like, I want to do it for you. That feels so much better than, from on both ends, than I have to do it because this person is incapable of doing it or refuses to do it. You know, when you're going through life, you need a partner, someone that's not just a fucking dead weight. You know, it's kind of hard to, how do you build a life when someone's just sitting on the sidelines and you're doing all the work? That will get old fast. It doesn't matter how hot they are. You will get tired of it someday, and that shit will crumble. And you know what? You know, you might see a lot of that online, like girls, I noticed it on TikTok lives or whatever. It's a lot of goon bait. It's a lot of just like, give me donations and whatnot. And it's a ticking clock, because once that girl gets older, she's probably not going to look as good. And she developed no skills no skills to make herself more self-sufficient, she'll constantly be relying on a dude for the rest of her life. And that is not freedom. You want to talk about, women's independence and freedom? Get self-sufficient. Stop if you want to be like that, stop leaning into the fucking getting money for basically nothing and just looking good. The more you develop that skill, that's going to be the only thing you got. And time is working against you, I tell you that. But anyhow, that's going to be it for that little rant. I'll see you next time for Chest and Tries. Stay fucking self-sufficient, stay resilient, and stay fucking beautiful, you beautiful bitch.